Welcome to the RockFM Breakfast Show podcast featuring CherryKAB. The guys popped into the studio to talk about their new single, play some true or false, and get Giles involved in the new video. CherryKAB. We have in the studio CherryKAB.
Well, basically, our band is called CherryKAB, and the big difference is with a K, so it's KAB. Where that came about, we actually were known as the Calvin Alston Band back in the day when we first started out, so kind of like a solo project. And it kind of evolved to, you know, a full band, and we kind of abbreviated Calvin Alston Band to CAB, K-A-B.
Cool.
Then we basically, you know, after Google and things like that, we found out that, you know, these other bands called CAB, C-A-B, or basic Death Cab for Cuties, another one.
Yeah.
So we kind of needed another name. So CherryKAB just came out, and it's kind of just stuck, eh?
Yeah.
And the cherry pot, is that sort of like the cherry on top thing, or where does that come from?
Suppose, Danny? It's whatever you want it to be. Eh?
Yeah, pretty much.
I always think it's best not to try too hard with the name, you know. It doesn't sound, it just came to, and the cab is kind of got a little bit of history to it, but the cherry is completely random. That's it. I think each one of us will argue like who's, you know, kind of our influences. I will not really like Danny and them's influences, and they might not like mine, but together they all work for some reason, you know.
What I really liked in one of your EPK videos was you guys talking about that you actually have to stop songwriting sometimes.
It's crazy when we're together rehearsing and stuff. I mean, it comes almost so naturally that it is. Unless we stop writing, we don't get to any of our material that we're getting ready for gigs or for studio.
And that's how it happens, you know. And then for me, just the, like I say, words come out and it just works, and we've got a song like, wow, you know.
Welcome to it. It's Mike on the Breakfast Rock Show, but I'm not alone. I've got CherryKAB in the studio with me. How's it going, guys?
Good, thanks. Morning.
We're all good. We're all good. I wanted to talk about, like, there are a bunch of bands that I know that they all stay together, like, in a house, and it's very, like, they wake up and it's toast and they all share milk. Are you guys like that? Are you all in one place?
No, not at all. We all across Gauteng, basically. I'm in Paulshof, and Danny and them are in Centurion, Dean's in Krugersdorp.
Hey, Dean, what's going on?
A lot of travelling, you know.
Yeah.
The petrol spent on this band, e-tolls are going to become an issue for CherryKAB.
That's why we're fighting the e-tolls as well. Definitely.
We won't register.
Now tell me a little bit, because I checked out the YouTube, the EPKs. We've got them up on the Facebook page, RockFM 91.9, so check them out. But you guys have broken up and then got back together, and what's the deal?
Yeah, well, basically we've been basically going since 2008. We met while we were studying contemporary music at Damlin Bramley, and we formed then. And basically things happened. I think, you know, we weren't at that level yet. We weren't ready, all of us, and it was just, you know, we weren't mature enough, I suppose.
Yeah, and just as well it happened as well. We really weren't ready back then.
Yeah, we weren't ready for it, and I think now we came back together again, and everyone's matured, everyone's at another level, and it's working, which is great.
But that's how the best bands work. I mean, you've got to go, it's like a rite of passage. Like, you have to go through that to discover who you are. Like, if you can go through the best moments and the worst moments, then when you put everything forward, you know, nothing's going to get in the way here. Like, we know each other backwards,
That's it. I think it's being able to distinguish between when you're buddies and when you're actually working, and being able to, what happens at work stays at work, and what outside of work is outside of work, if you know what I mean.
So true.
So you know, we've I think we've learned to do that. Sometimes we'll get annoyed with each other, or someone will disagree with a topic, but at the end of the day, we you know, when we put our guitars or we finish rehearsal, then we're buddies again, which is great. For me, I've always been, first and foremost, I regard myself as a songwriter. That's my first talent. I always say I'm a songwriter, then a singer, then a guitarist kind of vibe. So yeah,
I think when the creativity in you wants to come out, you got to let it come out, and sometimes you got to say no. That's enough now.
It's true. It's like you can't tell when it's going to happen. You're just sitting there and you're like, no, we got to do it now. It's got to happen. It's got to happen.
Yeah, because you got to feel what it feels like.
Yeah,
it's a problem, because sometimes you can't actually get what you need to get done, if you know what I mean. So.
And tell us, you guys gigging? Can we see what's the deal?
Well, we actually haven't gigged officially yet as CherryKAB. We've just been focusing on writing, recording, and doing all of that, and releasing tracks. So yeah, we've just released Head Over Heels, and which most of the radio stations have picked up. and we're going to probably release another single. So we're looking at launching in August. 2nd of August is looking like the date, so we're going to launch the band as well as the album.
Looking forward. You guys better come through here when you do the album launch.
Believe it.
Definitely. You better join us as well at the album launch, definitely.
Because I tell you what, to get up, if you're not a musician, to get up at this time in the morning, this is dedication.
Entertainment, showbiz.
Well, that's it. It's our first official radio interview, so yeah, we had to be here on time.
Because normally showbiz starts at like 5 p.m.
Yeah, around there somewhere.
Where can people get hold of you? Give us the details.
Well, you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/CherryKAB Music. Just remember, CherryKAB is with a K, so it's K-A-B. We're on Twitter, @CherryKAB. You can find us on Reverb Nation. We're actually number 1 in Johannesburg at the moment for alternative charts. Yeah,
fantastic.
So yeah, we're on all those on the stations. So Twitter and Facebook, you can find us on there.
It's time for the ridiculous true or false, and today we're doing it with CherryKAB. We have Danny and Kelvin sitting in. Say hello, guys. Hello. What's up? One more time.
Hello.
Much better. That was my fault. Cool. We have 3 questions. Some of them are absolute rubbish. Some of them are amazingly true facts, but only we can work it out. Here comes our first fact.
True or false? Colgate faced a big obstacle marketing their toothpaste in Spain because in Spanish, Colgate translates into "go hang yourself."
Wow. Okay. I can see that as an obstacle.
Yeah.
What would you guys say? Does that sound like something that rings true?
Definitely true.
Sure, I don't know. Maybe.
Without a doubt.
You think so? I'd say false.
Because there are words that do that. Like, I know it was one of the Jeeps that came out. One of their brand names meant something very horrible in Portuguese. And it just happens sometimes. And like there was a French car once called the Crappy. Which is not so great for an English market. So, what are we thinking? True or false? That Colgate actually, in English, well, in Spanish, it translates to "go hang yourself."
Well, Calvin and I are busy bumping heads over here.
I'll say false.
Definitely true.
We're going to go false, we're going to go true.
That is really true.
Sure.
It's
well
true.
Done,
there we go. So
well
we got 1 for Danny. Kelvin, you got to up your game, man.
Sure.
True or false? Polar bears can eat as many as 22 penguins in one single sitting.
It's a bit weird.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm trying to reference myself. How many penguins could I eat in a sitting?
Well, I know. I can definitely take down 2.
Are you allowed back into Ushaga?
He's been banned for life.
So, yeah, it's a bit of a weird thing. I'm going to say, I'm thinking false, just because isn't there that thing that polar bears are on one side of the world and penguins are on, like, one of them's in the north and one's in the south? Have you guys heard that?
Sure. No.
It may be a dream I've had, so let's just,
I would,
False.
false.
You're going to go false on that.
That is false.
Ah.
Come on, man. Throw something at us we can make us sweat here.
It's too easy this morning.
True or false? In Tokyo, a bicycle is faster than a car for most trips of less than 50 minutes.
Tokyo, one of the biggest cities in the world.
True.
I think so as well, actually. What are you thinking, Kelvin?
Yeah, I'm thinking true, unless you take the speed train, I suppose. They've got very fast trains there. But I'd say true.
I'm leaning towards true as well. I'm thinking of Tokyo, and I'm thinking of how... I mean, it's every picture you get is just like people going brrr, like everywhere. So I'm thinking a bicycle probably a better bet than a car. I can see you seeing a 35-minute trip taking you 5 hours in the center of Tokyo.
Makes sense.
It does, yeah? Okay, what are we doing?
True.
True.
We're both going true. That is...
That is really true.
IQ bombs of the day.
So, Danny, that's 3 for 3, right?
Yeah, well, I came in prepared.
You got sent the questions.
We got sent the questions yesterday. Cool. I hope you played along with us, and I hope you won a lot of Breakfast Rock points. Danny on 30 Breakfast Rock points, Kelvin on 20. Unfortunately, they mean nothing. It is that time of the morning. It's time for Giles. We still have some of the guys from CherryKAB hanging out with us.
Android. It's Giles.
We thought they were gone, but they're not.
Giles.
We're here.
The
They're still here.
paranoid android.
We got Dean and Dalton hanging out.
Your puny mind
How's it?
amuses me.
And they've come to hang out to speak to our man Giles.
Oh, good morning, Mike. I think I owe you an apology.
Ah, you check.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, Giles, and I know you guys are looking a bit weird because there's a tiny little robot man that's just sort of standing on the desk here. Don't worry, he doesn't bite.
Okay.
His name is Giles, and he comes in every morning from time to time, just really to give me like a hard time.
How awesome a CherryKAB.
Hey, there you go. I have not had a compliment from Giles in 6 months.
Yo, this
Wow.
guy must watch himself.
You guys walk in and you straight out compliment.
Oh, mama.
That's ridiculous.
I am going to check those videos on YouTube right now.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about the YouTube, man.
Yeah, the YouTube, like myself, I'm the drummer, my name's Dean. And, I've enjoy filming and editing and stuff like that, and I had an idea just to kind of do our own documentary, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's turned out to be a bit too long to do one long, documentary
Yeah.
from beginning to end. So what we've done is split it up into a whole bunch of different episodes, spotlighting different aspects of CherryKAB, our history.
Good plan, man. Good plan. That's the best way to do it, because then people actually get to know you.
I was wondering, do you think I could be in one of the music vids?
Okay, just...
Do we think Mike could be in one of the music videos?
No, he wants to know if Giles can be in one of the music videos.
No ways.
Yes.
As you know, I am a talented actor, as well as being humble, of course.
Of course, because that's the only way it works, hey?
I have always pictured myself as a love interest, the leading man that saves the damsel in distress.
I don't think he's quite got the looks.
He doesn't, does he?
No, but that's
A
my
punch
role.
in the face.
Hey, you watch yourself, boy.
Okay, but then do you think they would let me direct a video for them? I have this epic idea about a giant snake that comes down from an alien spaceship and...
No.
That's all been done before.
It has.
It worked for the darkness.
He
Sounds good to me.
He does have a point. It did work quite well for the darkness.
Except I don't think we've got quite the same vibe going, for CherryKAB.
And plus budget, because I think that video was pretty much one of the most high... No, it was low end, wasn't it? It looked... In my brain, it's high end, but it was actually just fluffy toys and nonsense.
Everyone's a critic nowadays.
Yes, whatever, my win. Whatever.
Then I will go somewhere my talents are appreciated.
Oh, of course
This
you will.
is Giles saying get yourself to a CherryKAB gig now. What are you waiting for? I said now.
Well, there you go.
I like this robot.
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about.
There we go, the CherryKAB interview. If you'd like to hear more, check out the rest of our podcasts or tune in 7 to 9 weekdays, 91.9 Rock FM.